This is Gerald Jovenwas. When I announce you that letters have a specific, not just position in a time and space association, they also have a tendency to form themselves in with kind of similar way, especially when forms are not very contradictory and they build up here, like in the word plaque, yeah, which is a very good example. That there's nothing contradictory there, so they all build up further, so that you can, in the end, you can understand the formula that has been formed, the form that has been formed, that you can even use almost caricatural resumes of every letter that where I explained before what kind of forms are presented underneath without much understanding even, but you can sense it, of course, very easily once you can use these puzzle pieces simply, almost blindly, and then in the end you will also understand that plaque, even if you say it has different meanings, that it all comes down to just one focus, and that all these meanings are very, very related, and you more and more sense that also something that you should actually already sense when using a word, that you can only use a word within a certain frame. That's also why, for instance, with a cup or a beaker or words like that, there are also certain forms reserved to the words, that you cannot use them for all of them. This is something that we still too unconscious about it. We're using it too much without knowing what we are doing, but we deal with it like we deal with so many things, like we deal with colors or numbers or things like that, without even realizing how we do that and so on. So plaque, Dutch word, if you look it up, it can mean slice, a plate, sticking glue, or even has a reference to tooth plaque or plaque as well, is quite related in one of the meanings of plaque. But at the end of this video you will understand it's all come down to a similar kind of formula that you can sense also. And of course there was a backing theory of it, but we use a combination of all the puzzle pieces, and you come to the representation together, where you have where you put these puzzle pieces together, and you already recognize what's underneath. So how is this built up? This is more or less the result already. So you have the P, which presses out a result, the L, which takes shape. It's shaping itself around that position. The A is that focus onto onto an object, onto a full filling in size of the object, let's say. The K then at the end will add the breaking point somewhere, and then you have to, of course, make it work that it is combined, so that you have the right order, and they fit together, so that you have P going into L, going to A and K. So of course you have to use a puzzle here a little bit if you're not using the theory, but it actually comes down very quickly when you're using it, that they fit also quite well to what we already know what plaque is. You come down to a form that is, it is that plate which is stuck onto something. This stuck surface, almost like, is also plaque. It's also the gluing thing itself. It is that all these kind of things are associated with the same word from there onwards. And of course I can add them a little bit better into each other, so even without using much of the theory, so that you can sense that it's going from P to L. So P to L, then the A as the object, and the K, these breaking points which are still available in the end. So even if pl is plugging almost into the surface, into the area of where the form is being sensed, it also has that ability to break loose again. So it is a bit loose how this all hangs together. This is the balance which is expressed in the word. So at the same time, you have these slides here, you have a plate here, you have this sticking glue here, this sticking glue surface. You have the plaque, or even the plaque on your teeth is stuck there. But it's also a reference to a sign plate which is attached somewhere, or sticker board which is also attached somewhere. It's all comes down to a word which you can sense, and we do that unconsciously, and we'll make them fit, and we will make several words fit because they also fit with that combination. And then we can also perform accordingly, so that we know what we're doing when we're using plaque, or when we have a reference to the plaque anywhere, and that's the way how we can use it. And we do that unconsciously, correctly. Don't overthink it, or you will not be able to follow the organ of perception that we have inside us to create, to sense that balance, to sense our words are balanced. It has to go unconsciously, otherwise we would over rationalize it and forget what it's all about. So it is a bit dangerous to open it up and show you what's underneath before we even have the a transformation into a purely mathematical sense. So then you can make mistakes and forget certain parts and so on. So it is dangerous to know too much at certain points, but it can get you closer to the things as well. So I hope also that there will be in the future some ability to make that work also in a more purely mathematical sense as well. So I'm not capable of doing that, but I have the tools to present. And this is a bit loosely added together, but it's understandable. So base yourself upon the understanding what you sense and keep it there. If you really want to dig into the possibilities of how the self-organization principles organize themselves into our script, into numbers, into dimensions, into different scripts, it's all there in these books. There are some website links there as well, so where you have the previous videos and the Facebook page, of course, as well. I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching. Bye.